Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. You may kindly take your seat. Mr. Witness, for continuation of your testimony before this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters, may I remind you that you are still under oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair for us to proceed. Thank you. Madam Chair, I hand over the witness to you.
Mr. Suso, good afternoon.
Afternoon, ma.
I hope you had a good lunch.
Yes, ma.
Council, you may proceed.
Good afternoon. Mr. How are you?
I'm fine.
Yes, we were discussing the auction that you guys had at the Brikama Area Council.
Yes.
In 2020?
Yes, 2020, January.
But then, probably before we go further, I believe you had said that you left the area council in 2019. Did you say that?
What?
Did you say you left the area council in 2019?
No, 2021.
2021?
February.
February 2021.
Yes.
Now, let us go back to the findings of the internal auditor. Were you aware of the findings of the internal auditor at any point in time?
No.
Why is that?
I was not communicated.
But you were there since 2021. How comes?
This was prepared, I believe, in 2022 or 2023, the report.
It was prepared in 2021.
Yes, 27 October 2021.
October, yes.
Yeah.
You probably were in Basa by the time?
Yes.
Now, do you have a problem with the figures? Because they seem to be in line with what you submitted. Can I please see the Honorable Register? Can we see the exhibit just tendered by the witness? The report of the. Do you have it with you?
Yes.
What is the amount in that report?
The expected amount was 1,229,600.
When you say expected amount, what do you mean by that?
That was the amount that was realized during the auction.
That was what was realized?
Yes.
And so that will be in line with the findings on page 22 of the system audit, which says that the amount is $1,229,600. Is that not the case?
Yes.
So Mr. Sawane will be right when he gave that statement to the internal auditor.
Yes, that's right.
Now, why was there no report by the committee?
Why?
Why was there no report by the committee?
Well, there was a report because I
prepared by
the committee, and then the chairman, Brikama Sawane, told me that he submitted it to the contract committee.
Okay,
yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, and then When I came to the investigators, I communicated back to him, and he said the report is in the files.
He said?
It's in the files, the contract file.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Now, but you don't have a copy?
I don't have a copy, no.
And do you recall signing this report?
Yes, I believe I signed the copy.
So why would there be two reports then?
But like I said earlier, this other report was specifically a request from the CEO.
But if you see the CEO already had a report from the committee, why will he need another report from you?
Well, I think he was interested to know, to see the receipts and then the payments.
But then that's the whole point of having the committee to come up with a report.
Yes.
So why would you have a duplicate, the committee make its own report, and you'll make your own report as well?
I understand the CEO is the secretary to the contract committee.
But that's my point.
Yeah.
He would have already had a report if the committee would generate a report and then give it to the contracts committee.
Yeah.
So there is no need to request one from you.
Well, this one was addressed to him.
No, do you see the point?
Yeah.
It will be a duplication of efforts or whatsoever you call it. You can't have your own individual report and then the committee will have its own report.
I believe there was a report, actually.
So if the committee has a report and you have your own report, which one should we rely on, for example?
The committee report must be the most.
Please increase your voice.
The committee report should be the powerful one. That one must be the relevant one.
Should be the relevant one.
Yes.
Mr. Suso, you said where is the report?
The report is not seen.
It's not seen.
Yes.
Continue.
Now, if you deposit monies that you were the cashier and you collected monies from people, those who were taking part in this auction.
Yes.
Is that not the case?
Yes.
And so, if you had deposited these monies to the bank, you would have had a deposit slip.
They have a deposit slip, but they are missing.
They are missing.
Yes, I can fully remember they were with me. Yeah, I can fully remember that, but I cannot find them.
Now, the monies that you had highlighted or shown us with respect to the GT Bank account clearly does not show, or there's no evidence to show or indicate that they are proceeds from the auction. Is that correct?
I can assure you that these were the very monies that were collected from the auction.
We can't have assurance without proof. There has to be evidence that the monies that you collect are the ones that you deposited into the bank account. Is that not the case? Is that not the case?
The evidence could be the deposit slip, or I show you on the bank statement.
But if you show us figures at the bank statement, you had so many transactions in the accounts of the area council. Is that not true? You have made several deposits.
You are very right.
And several withdrawals in your capacity as finance manager.
You are very right. But for this particular operation, these were the very deposits or monies that are collected.
How will we know? How will the commissioners know that in fact these were the deposits?
Yeah, since I was the one responsible,
yes,
I should be in the position to explain.
It's not about explaining. The rules are clear. You can't just explain. We need you to provide evidence to that effect.
But even whereas the deposit slips are here, on the deposit slip, you will not see anything like money received from auction sales. You only see deposit by Lamin Suso.
But then you will have a report which will show that the monies were deposited in so and so date into so and so account.
Yeah, if the deposit slip was attached, it will be more easier to understand.
That's what I'm saying, and that does not exist.
Yes, honestly, the deposit slips are not there.
So the monies you're talking about, first we have a problem of the monies being, we can't ascertain whether it is the exact amount of money that you collect. So now, when we calculated the amount, it was $1 million in the GT Bank account.
Yes.
Is that not true?
Yeah, it's 1 million.
And that's substantially different from what the amount is in relation to what is found in the audit report, which is 1,229,600.
Yes, there is a balance of 229.
Yes.
So meaning within the period, the 1 million is deposited directly. So the difference of 147, that one I could.
We are just and then just out of a caution, we are just going by your assertion that 1 million was deposited. You know, you never said that. You said you deposited more than $1 million. in your evidence.
Of course.
And you said the balance is $82,000.
Yes.
But when you did the calculation, you realize that in fact, what is in the account is $1 million in 2020. Do you understand?
No, the balance that was not deposited was the one, the one that I did not deposit is the 82,500 that went through the court. But the 1,147,100 was all deposited. So out of which we are able to trace the 1 million, meaning the 147,700 cannot be traced for now.
No, let's assume you have deposited $1 million.
Yes.
Clearly, what is outstanding is $229,600.
You are correct.
Going by the statement.
Yes.
Do you understand that? Let's
Yes.
assume that that is correct, that $1 million has been deposited, in fact, from the process of the sale.
Yes.
So where is the balance of the $229,600?
Yes, the 147,100,
Yes.
that one I cannot able to trace it from the deposits because there are a lot of deposits in my name.
So where? No, not for that month.
Yes.
Not for that month. Not for the period in which you were depositing monies from the proceeds of the sale.
Yeah, because what I want to do is that to go back and check in the other bank statements to see whether.
Listen. You are trying to see if there are deposits in those within that period, and you want to attribute that to the proceeds of the sale.
Exactly.
You cannot do that. You have to have evidence. You have to have deposit slip to indicate, and the report must indicate that these monies were actually deposited for this purpose. They are derived, or they are monies from the revenue collected in relation to the sale of those properties deposited to the bank. It has to be very much clear. The report must be clear. Is that not the case? Is that not how it's done? Is that not how it's supposed to be done?
Yeah, there should be attachment of all deposits.
Yes.
That would have been more easier to trace.
That would be the only explanation.
Okay.
And that is assuming the $1 million was deposited by you, coming from as a result of the sale that you did in relation to the auction. Do you understand that?
I understand that.
Now, where is the balance? We're just going to go by that analogy first, and then we see whether we can have the balance of $229,600.
Yeah, the balance of the 147,100, that one I cannot trace it for now, but the 82,000 went through the court. So that money was paid through the court.
Now, let's go back to the GT Bank account.
Yes.
We have the GT Bank account here.
Yeah.
Please, let's start the calculation. Tell us your first deposit and the first month.
The first deposit was 100,000.
Give us the date.
27th.
27th.
Yes, of January.
2020.
2020, yes.
How much?
100,000.
Please proceed.
Then you have 28th of January, 100,000.
28.
Yes.
How much?
100,000.
28th of January.
Yes.
Go ahead.
The same 28, 760,000.
760.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And then 31st, you have 40,000.
31st January.
Yes.
How much?
40,000.
Please proceed.
Yes, those are the ones I have for now.
Those are the ones you have.
Yeah.
Now let's go back to the receipt.
Okay.
Yes? Now the receipts. How many receipts do you have there?
So, also about 25 receipts.
25 receipts.
Yes.
Now, how many receipts did you, when did the start?
25th.
25th
Yes.
of January.
January, yes.
2020.
Yes.
How many receipts do you have for the 25th of January 2020?
17.
7 receipts.
17 receipts.
17.
Yes.
Did you say 17, sir?
Yes, 17.
For the 25th of January 2020.
Yes.
And then the first amount is?
What?
The first receipt, what is the amount?
15,000.
15,000. The second?
50,000.
How many?
50,000, 50.
50.
Yes.
Just hold on. The third?
You have 15,000.
15.
Yes.
Go ahead. Fourth?
50,000.
The fourth is $50,000.
Yes.
This.
Fifth?
40,000.
Sixth?
40,000.
Seventh?
50,000.
Eighth?
45,000.
Ninth?
16,000.
16,000.
Yes.
10?
22,000.
11?
10,000.
12?
27,000.
13?
10,000.
14?
1,000.
15? 15?
21,000.
16?
22,400.
How many?
22,400.
17?
You have 13,900.
13,900.
Yes.
Now that is how much altogether?
I'm not adding the
Can you
figures.
do the math quickly?
I was not taking the figures.
Yeah, just do the math quickly. We need to have the exact figures.
Okay.
It is important.
432,300.
Yes.
You have that?
Altogether how much?
432,300.
432,000.
300.
300. Now that is for the 25th of
January.
January 2020.
Yes.
Then why did you deposit on the 27th? Your first deposit was on the 27th, right?
Yeah, the first deposit on this bank statement is 100,000, 27.
Why will you deposit 27? On the 27, $100,000. When the first day you collected $432,000 plus.
Yes, this is why still there is a, well, I believe the difference must be deposited to other banks.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Yes, that doesn't make
I will
sense.
show you. Mr. Suso, you see, I had told you, we had been through this, you and I in BAC. I had told you this clearly. When you try to be smart, you will be given the opportunity to explain yourself, but it would not add up. Why would you collect $432,300 going by your total? In one day, 25th of January, is that not the case? Did you say January?
January, yes.
The receipts,
Yes.
are they in January 2020?
Yes, it's 2020.
But on the 27th of the same month, you were supposed to be the banking day, you deposited only $100,000. What happened to the $332,300?
Yes, you are very right. It doesn't make sense because it should tally, it should show the actual amount deposited.
Yes.
But in this instant, on this particular bank statement, I'm seeing 100,000. That's very right.
Why would you deposit in Trust Bank, GT Bank, 100? Why would you not deposit once in one bank?
No, it depends on the status of the account.
Sorry, Counsel. He did not say he deposited in any other account.
Yes.
Now he is saying that he does not understand why it is 100,000 that was deposited in that account.
Okay.
Because if he says he deposited it in the other accounts, we will produce the other accounts to show whether that same
Yes.
27 he has deposited the other balance.
Absolutely. I will show him where this money is coming from. But then before that, the chairperson is absolutely right. Now, explain to the commission why you will collect. In fact, the conclusion we have is 447,400. But that's not very relevant because the amount is in the 400,000s.
Yes.
Do you understand? Yeah. And the receipts will, of course, speak for itself. Yeah. Why will you collect more than $400,000 but then you deposit $100,000?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to explain.
Yes.
On this particular bank statement,
yes,
100,000 is deposited.
Yes.
But I believe
Mr.
the
Suso,
other
can
balance.
you please speak up? We are struggling to hear what you are saying.
Okay. On this particular bank statement, GT Bank,
yes,
I can assure you that this 100,000 is from the sale of auction. And I believe the other balance must be deposited to other banks.
Okay.
I can assure you that. And then the other 100,000 for 28 also is from the auctions. I can assure you that that this is the amount.
We don't operate based on assurance.
Yes.
If you are to convince the commission, you have to show proof.
Yeah, I think the proof would have been the pay slip.
No.
That would have helped me a lot.
Exactly. You don't have it. And
Yes.
then just to draw you back, the GT Bank, do you have your GT Bank account?
Yes. It's here.
You, this month, you have $1 million. Remember, you said these monies were paid to the GT Bank account.
Yes.
But with the tabulation, it doesn't make sense. And you and I agree it doesn't make sense? Do you understand that?
Yeah.
But I will show you where this money is coming from. If you look at the GT Bank account prior to the 25th, do you have the bank account with you?
Which bank account?
GT Bank.
Yes.
You made 3 withdrawals.
Okay.
On the 22nd, you withdrew $200,000. 23rd, $300,000. 23rd again, another $300,000. Do you follow?
Okay.
Are you with me?
Yes.
That is the nature of your withdrawal, Mr. Suso.
On the 20?
22nd and 23rd, you withdrew $900,000.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Why were those withdrawals made?
But these other deposits are 27.
Yes.
And the other withdrawals are for 20.
It seems as if you withdrew 900 just to deposit it back to the account.
For that one, I think I also have an extraction of deposits.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I know where you are trying to drive at.
Yes.
I understand it very well.
You withdrew the money
Yes.
from the account because it's the same amount.
That's what
you withdrew. Just listen to me. You withdrew the same money from the account just to deposit it back into the account.
I'm telling you, it's not the same money. I cannot withdraw 22nd and authorized to go and withdraw this money, and I keep the money with me and leave and get this auction money with me, and I try to,
My role is to test your evidence. Your role is to provide evidence.
That particular withdrawal.
Do you understand our rules here?
Yes.
So that what the things you are saying, your answers must be backed up with evidence. Do you understand that?
I understand it very well.
You don't have a report. You only have one report that you wrote yourself, addressed to the CEO, not even the contracts committee. No deposit slips attached. You refer us to the GT Bank, but you already withdrew some days before $900,000, and your exact deposit is $1 million.
If you want to confirm those withdrawals also, 22nd, 23rd, I think it's important we look at other banks, whether there is no
Why did you withdraw this money?
What?
These monies. Why were these withdrawals made?
Coming from?
Why on the 22nd and the 23rd you withdrew $900,000? Why was that the case?
Yes, I used to be authorized to go and do financial transactions.
Tell us. There has to be a reason why you will withdraw money.
Yeah, the reasons must be there.
But where?
In the books, because normally I will withdraw
Yes.
money, deposit into other accounts,
Yes.
or I will withdraw money and then take it to office for other office expenses.
Mr. Suso,
Yes.
why did you withdraw $900,000 just days before you deposited $1 million in total?
No, these are two different things. I don't think you need to put them together.
That is why I'm asking you the question.
Yes, 22nd, 23rd withdrawals must be for certain purpose.
Must be for certain purpose.
Exactly.
Tell us the purpose.
Yes, at this juncture, I cannot tell you that particular transaction is for what.
Just say that.
I need to go back to the books.
No, that's, Mr. Suso. Don't be too complicated. Don't make this. Don't make this to be tough on you. It's very simple. There are findings in the bank statement. It is for you to come up with logical explanation with proof.
But I think we are coming to a conclusion to say I keep those monies.
I am not concluding. Yes. You don't have evidence. If you have evidence, I'll be happy to get that. Do you have evidence to show us as to why you withdraw this money?
This is a committee. I cannot receive this money and I put this money into my own personal use. It's a committee.
Whether you were acting individually or whether you were acting, whether it was a conspiracy, it is for you to explain. I don't even expect that you alone whether you will act alone in this matter. What I think is that it was a conspiracy because the evidence is not there to back it up, to back the idea that you had deposited this money into the bank.
Well, these were the deposits.
Do you understand my point?
And then...
No, do you understand the point that there is no evidence to back up the assertion that the monies from the proceeds were paid to the account? Do you agree with that?
No, I don't agree because I don't know actually what evidence do you want.
Deposit slips?
You know, those ones cannot be traced.
Now, you said that one was Guaranteed Trust Bank.
Yes.
You said we should check the other banks, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yes, EcoBank. So when did you deposit at EcoBank? Since the amount, that 100,000 was deposited in the GT account on the 27th of which month?
27th of January, 2020.
January 2020.
Yes.
So when next did you deposit? It should be the same 27th of January.
Yeah, 27th January.
Okay.
We can check on that, yeah.
Check your EcoBank account. There is no deposit on the 27th of January.
28, there was a deposit of 100,000, and in 28 there was a deposit of...
There was no deposit for January 2020 in EcoBank. There was no deposit on the 27th of January 2020. There was no deposit.
Yes, I agree with you, Madam Chair. 27, yeah. There was no deposit on EcoBank, but if you look at GT Bank still, 28, there's 100,000, and then 28, you have 760,000.
So then why 760,000? But on the 25th, you received 400,000. You gave us the number.
Exactly.
So why should it wait till 28 when you should have deposited that in the GT account? Now you are taking us back to GT account?
Yes.
When we have shown you that the EcoBank doesn't have any form of deposit on that 27th of January?
Yes.
And all these other accounts, they don't have any deposit on the 27th of January.
I agree with you, Ma.
Yes.
It's either one thing,
But
because...
so you don't tell us what is not the truth, because you are telling us probably that the balance of the 300,000 ought to have been deposited in the other accounts. And you know fully well that it is not deposited, because we have the accounts here. When you tell us something, we verify. So you tell us what has actually happened.
It's either one thing. If they are not deposited, then
if you were the one that was controlling the finance, and you went to the bank to deposit, it is your name that would reflect, Lamin Suso,
exactly,
have deposited the money.
Yes.
And you told us here, it is your evidence that you were the cashier for the auction. But we have different facts that we have, that the auction sale was never deposited in the account, except for this one that we saw, which we have concluded that it's not even money from the auction sale. So it is for you to tell us, no, it is actually from the auction sale, that 100,000. That is what we are talking about, not in fact the totality of the money that was generated. It's nowhere to be deposited, it's nowhere to be seen in the accounts.
Madam Chair, the deposit on this bank statement, GT Bank, This is the actual money from the sale of council's
So
asset.
that is just 100,000.
The 100,000, and 760,000 within the period, within the 1 week period. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
But then, I don't seem to understand.
Yes, meaning,
On Saturday you received 400 and something thousand.
yes,
On Monday you deposited 100,000 alone,
yes,
right?
yes.
So where is the 300,000?
The 300,000 was not deposited.
Yes.
100,000 was deposited later. Then
So what
later,
happened to the 100,000, to the 300 plus that was remaining?
yes, it was with me at the office. But
So you did
again,
not
you can
deposit-
see on the 28th, you see a total of 760,000 deposited.
760,000.
60,000.
So that is the money.
Yes, that's the accumulative money within the week, within the 4 days period.
But then why did you have to deposit only 100,000 if you were to wait to collect all the monies? Why did you have to go to the bank and deposit 100,000 and keep the 300 plus?
Sometimes we are giving directives that deposit.
You are what?
Sometimes I'm giving directives that deposit this money at this particular account. Then later you can also deposit to other
Now
accounts.
let me ask you, Mr. Suso,
Yes.
and I want you to be honest.
Yes.
There are other accounts except for these accounts that you found there.
Yes.
Please give us those accounts.
Which accounts?
The accounts, council's accounts, not these ones that were highlighted in the audit report.
Okay.
All right? It is going to help shed light on so many things.
Okay.
Because I keep warning you, you should not take responsibility which is not yours. So provide us with those accounts that are different from the ones that have been highlighted in the account numbers that have been highlighted by the auditors. Please note it.
I don't understand you. Council accounts. Council is operating with different accounts, 6 to 7 bank accounts.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We know that.
Yes.
The auditors were able to identify 8 accounts.
Okay.
I am asking you to provide us with account numbers. It could be the same banks. It has to be the same banks because you cannot have different banks other than these banks that are listed.
Yes.
But there are other account numbers that are not captured. Those are the account numbers I want you to provide for the commission.
I don't know those account numbers. I don't know those accounts because I know we are operating with 8 accounts. So if there's any other account different from those 8,
yes,
I don't know.
These are the accounts: First International Bank, Trust Bank, EcoBank, Trust Bank, Access Bank, Ajib Bank, Guarantee Trust, and Zenith.
Yes.
These are accounts, and they have their account numbers
Yes.
identified, right?
Yes.
But there are other account numbers that were not given. My issue is that there were account numbers not given to the auditors. For example, the monies, where does the council lodge all the monies it generates in the mining industry, in the mining activity that goes on in West Coast region? Where do they lodge those monies?
I don't know that.
You are not aware?
No.
All right, we'll get to that. As account manager, you are not aware?
I'm not aware.
Okay,
Any questions before I proceed?
you can proceed.
He had touched on it briefly, but for me it's not clear. You withdrew 800,000 between 22nd January and 23rd January. You withdrew 800,000. You deposited 100,000 once, twice, 3 times between that period. Now this is 300,000. Okay, you have withdrawn 800,000. Then you back on the 28th and deposited 760,000. I am of the opinion, correct me where I'm wrong. This 760,000, where can you say definitively, you received it from this person and paid it into the account? Because here it says cash deposit, 760,000. The others two are cash deposits, right? The other 100,000. Now, but the withdrawal is cash withdrawals, 800,000 within 2 days. Now, I'm trying to decide.
900, Honorable Commissioner.
Sorry?
900,000.
Oh, from my
Yes.
statement, on the 22nd of January is 200,000. On the 23rd is 300,000. On the 23rd again is 300,000.
Okay, then that is it.
So that gives me 800,000. But on the same 23rd, you deposited $100,000 cash, and then you came back again. You deposited on the 27th of January, about 4 days difference later. You came back and deposited $100,000 cash. Then the following day, you deposited another 100,000. And then that same day that you deposited the last deposit of 100,000, you came and deposited $760,000. I'm a bit perplexed about the manner in which you are withdrawing and paying in. These are huge amounts. It would not escape you. You should know really what happened. So, where did you get this $760,000 to be paid on the 28th of January?
Yes, it will be very difficult because you are trying to bring two things that are different.
Sorry?
It will be very difficult for you to understand because you are trying to bring two things that are different. The withdrawal for 22nd, 23rd, and the collection for 25th, 26th, 27th, and 28th from the auction, they are different transactions.
I know.
Yes,
All what I am saying,
yes,
the 760,000, it's a very big amount.
yes.
You would never forget where you got that money to pay it into the account.
The receipts are here.
That is what I am saying. Where did you get this money from?
From the auction sales, the receipts are here. It's between 25th
Now,
to 27th, 28th.
Coming back to your auction sales.
Yes,
On your statement, you attached your statement of the 27th of March. You attach a breakdown where these deposits have been mentioned. In your statement of the 27th of March, you are doing some sort of a reconciliation.
yes,
Okay? On the 27, 100,000, 28, 100,000, and 760,000.
that's correct.
Okay? Then you came back again on the 29th. You have 220,000.
Yes,
Okay? So your subtotal is 1,180,000. Then you said less other deposits, 56,900. So that you're saying the auction brought in 1,123,100 that you said amount banked as auction. Okay? Now then you come back to your workings. You said total sales from auction is 1,229,600. Then you said less the amount, as you say, amount banked as auction. But you are saying there is a net difference not recovered or recovered from the courts of 106,500. Now I just pose you the question. This 760, you said it's from the auction.
Yes.
Now you are saying that. And you are saying to us that we should look at other bank accounts whether you have posted these monies, the 300,000 that the council was asking you.
The 100,000.
Yeah,
The 147,000.
Yeah.
Yes.
But there is nothing here in your workings to show that figure, whether it's embedded here or taken here or paid there. Because really, as they say, paper trail doesn't lie. It's either there or it's not there. So, as I said, this is a very huge amount, 760,000. You're saying it's from the auction. The auction, you said, realized 1.2 million.
Exactly.
Okay. The 106,000, which you said amount recovered from the council court, details could not be traced for now.
Yes.
Is it still the same?
Yeah, it's still the same because I'm in touch with the chairman of the committee.
From 2020 to 2024, you still cannot trace 106,000, and you call yourself the finance manager, and you were the one collecting the monies and registering it in your book or cash book or whatever you want to call it. And in almost 4 years to the date, you have not been able to trace the 106,500.
At the time, the money was paid to the court. At the time, the money was paid by one Mr. Parkoli. It was recovered. But at this, when we are asked to produce the documents, that's where we have challenges to able to compile that information. I spoke to the chairman of the committee to engage the court, the council court, to track the payment, how the payment goes. But at the time, everything was reconciled.
So my problem is here. You are bringing some assumption that I don't in an open sitting. This 106,500, it was lodged at the courts.
Yes, the guy was summoned at the court.
It must have been lodged at the court.
Yes.
Right? Because you took them to court.
Yeah.
And they were asked to pay this money.
Yes.
Now, are you telling me that you approached the court, the clerk of the court, to give you the receipts of this or these monies, and you never received them up to today?
No, they were reconciled. The issue was the guy who was responsible is late. He was.
No, but this your statement was written on the 27th of March 2024. This what you attach in your statement, and you're saying amount recovered from the council court, the details could not be traced for now. And I asked you, when you say for now, is it up to today you still cannot trace, they still cannot trace it in Brikama?
Yes, I gave the statement just last month, and this happened since 2020. This auction took place in 2020.
Yeah, but this is 2024.
Yes.
So the money is still sitting somewhere?
No, the money was recovered by council.
But is it in your account? Is it in the Brikama area council's account?
Yeah, that's what we are yet to confirm, whether it was paid into the account.
No, that's what I'm
yes.
saying.
But at the time,
it's 4 years today, you cannot
yes.
confirm.
But at the time, everything was reconciled and the money was paid. So we are just trying.
It was paid, but it was not deposited.
No, I cannot confirm that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, but at the time, the money was recovered, whether it was paid into the council account or it was spent on council level, I cannot ascertain.
Now, when did this court recovery took place?
This was in 2020, between
and
January
you were
and
there in 2020?
Yes, I was there.
Now, why didn't you get that recorded as paid, as you are stating here, amount recovered from the courts, but you cannot reconcile the money, where the money is? As they say, where is the money?
Yes, by right, I should get the references of the transaction of the payment of that particular amount.
Thank you.
Yes.
So where the money could not be found, because you don't know whether it's still with the clerk of the courts, you don't know which account it was paid to. So where is the money?
The information is not yet
Sorry?
available. Information is not yet available.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You should, as you have provided this information of when it was paid into these different accounts, so too you would have had the opportunity, as you have written now, that it was recovered from the courts, but you don't know where it was paid. I think you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand you. I
Okay,
understand
thank
it.
you.
Now, you have said to us 17 receipts paid on the 25th of
Yes.
January 2020.
Yeah.
Is what amounts to $447,000. Now, how many more receipts do you have in your report?
8 receipts.
8 receipts. And then please give us the date. Was there any payment done on the 26th?
Yes, 200,000.
26th?
Yes.
Yes. Was there any other payment done on the 26th?
No?
There was only one payment for the 26th of January 2020.
Yes.
How about 27th?
$57,000.
57,000. Any other payment for the 27th?
$52,000.
Any other?
$10,000.
Any other?
5,000.
5.
5,000, yes.
Any other?
6,000.
Yes.
42,000.
Is that all?
No. Let me check.
You said there are 8 outstanding receipts. One more.
8550.
8,500.
No, 8,550.
Is that the last payment?
Mr. Suso, which document are you looking at?
The report.
The report.
The report that was admitted in evidence?
Yes, but I
Yes.
also have my copy.
Is it the same as the
Yeah, they
one
are the
that we
same.
have admitted?
Yeah. They are the same.
Where's-
27 also, you have 89,600.
89,000.
600.
Can we have the exhibit?
Is that the last one?
Give him to cross.
Is that the last one?
Yes.
Now, on the 26th of February, you paid $200,000. Please do the math with me.
Yes, uh-huh.
Then you paid on the 27th $57,000. Correct?
You are adding the figures.
Yes.
Yes, I have 270,150.
200,
70,000,
270,
150.
150.
Yes.
That's fine. We will go by your calculation. If you add that to your initial figure, which is 432,000, even though it's, sorry, 447,000, 400. That's the actual calculation.
We have 702.
That's 700
2,000.
702,000.
450.
Let me give you, it should be 717,550. Even the receipts you have, they don't tally with what you are saying is in the account.
Why?
In the account, you had counted for $1 million.
Yes, you have 100, and then 760,000.
No. In your receipts, the entire amount that we calculated that you have in your report is $717,500.
No, it's not finished. There are other receipts. You have 38.
What are you talking about?
There are other receipts.
In the report I'm talking about.
Yes, in the report, yes. We can still go. You have 38 and 31st.
I had asked you how many receipts are outstanding.
You have, you have.
They are not ask you how many receipts are outstanding.
Yes, you asked me that.
What is the total of the receipts you have?
I think I give you 25. Yes,
Suso,
I give you 25.
how many receipts do you have altogether? What you do, since we have the one you have tendered, Suso,
Yes.
you can just add the amount. When you come back tomorrow, you can tell us the figure.
Okay.
Since probably you can't do it right now. But again, the EcoBank account, you also made some withdrawals during this period.
What period?
The period of the auction. Do you have a copy of the EcoBank account, Honorable Jester? On the 7th of January 2020, you debited $300,000 from the account. 7th of January 2020.
300,000.
Yes. EcoBank account. Do you understand?
Okay.
And on the same day, you credited the account of the trust bank, and you were saying that is for the monies that was derived from or realized from the disposal of the assets.
GT Bank account, yes.
How do you explain that?
Yeah, these are transactions.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, these are different transactions.
We know.
300,000
Yes.
withdrawal,
Yes.
and then you are seeing 100,000,
Yes.
or you are seeing 100,000. Meaning
Yes.
they are different transactions.
But this is the reason why you have to come up with
Yeah, if you want me
evidence
yes.
to show that the withdrawal is not in any way, has no relationship with your deposits of the auction. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Which you have not been able to do.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
At this point in time, I cannot give you those information.
When can you give us the information?
If you now show me 300,000 on this particular day, I need to go back and look at.
I'm just saying you have made several withdrawals.
Of course.
Just prior to the date, to the 7th of January 2020. And on the same day, 27th January 2020, you had made several withdrawals from the account of council.
Yes. This is even.
Which you cannot explain. And you want to justify depositing monies into the GT Bank account to be monies or proceeds from the sale.
If you say I cannot explain, you are just giving me figures. And then I'm not having any data with me. But any withdrawal I make, it must be for a particular transaction.
Yes.
So you must give me the opportunity to look at this particular 300,000 was withdrawn. Is for what purpose?
Now that I have told you,
Yes.
Mr. Suso,
Yes.
if you don't have you have the evidence now, you can come back tomorrow.
Hope tomorrow will not be.
You can talk to the commissioners, but then I'm just trying to present to you what the findings are.
Yeah.
And the findings are that there are no reports in relation to where these monies have gone to. your report does not indicate where these monies have been paid to. Is that not true?
Yes.
Yes, there's nowhere in your report which suggests that these monies were paid to the bank.
GT Bank, yes.
Is that not the case?
That's true.
And again, these $270,150, when did you deposit it? Because you collected these monies between the 26th and 27th.
26 was on Sunday, 25th,
Yes.
26.
Yes?
So 27, 28, 29, all these monies were deposited.
But why? How comes? If by the 27th, when was the last day of your collections in relation to the monies that were paid?
If I can recall, they were given 1 week. That was Friday.
Yes.
That should be 30th.
That
all
was?
money should be paid.
That was when?
30th.
Yes.
That's supposed to be Thursday or Friday.
Yes.
So all money should be paid. So within that period, the total amount of 1 million was with me, and it was deposited.
When was the last day you deposited monies into the GT Bank account in January?
30th.
30th.
31st.
Did you receive any monies apart from the 30th? From the 30th?
Yes, I believe I received another amount of 21,000.
After the 30th?
After it. No.
You did not?
No, I cannot recall. No, I'm not sure.
Now, Mr. Suso, we will leave it at that in relation to the auction. You know, you are supposed to bring evidence and deposit slips to show us where these monies are being paid. Now, just to tidy up the records, when monies are collected, as the finance manager and the cashier at the time, what should you do with the monies?
Yeah, the money should be banked.
Should be banked.
Yes.
So if you collect $400,000, should you bank all of it or should you bank part of it?
It was on Saturday.
No, I'm just asking you a general question.
Yes, all the money should be banked.
Now, it's clear that you have not banked all these monies.
I have banked these monies.
There's no evidence that you have banked the monies as you have collected them. Let's say, for example, in one day you have collected $447,000. There was no evidence that these monies were entirely banked in one bank.
But this is why I'm
Do you agree with that fact? There is no evidence that this $447,000 collected on the 25th was paid into one bank account.
Yes, the evidence is the GT Bank account. Those deposits are from the proceeds of the auction.
Do you also agree that so far you have not provided evidence to show that the monies that you have said you have deposited did not indicate that it is from the proceeds?
It was not indicated on the report, yes.
You don't have the evidence to that effect. Do you agree with that?
It was not indicated on the report, but the evidence is the deposit on the GT Bank account.
The deposit on the GT Bank account did not say that it is for the proceeds. Do you agree with that?
Even whereas it is...
No. We first agree. If you have an explanation,
Yeah,
you can come with it.
Yes, but even whereas
Yes.
it is proceed from the auction, on the bank statement, it will not be shown. It will not be shown that it is deposit from proceed from the auction. It will only show deposit by Lamin Suso.
Will you agree that you don't have any evidence so far to show, be it in a report or in a deposit slip form, to show that monies that you are claiming that it is from the proceeds are actually from the proceeds of the sale?
My evidence is the bank statement.
But you don't have deposit slip evidence?
The pay slip cannot be traced for now.
You don't have report to show that you have deposited this money to the bank?
It's not indicated in the report.
Good. Now, the subsequent payments as well, this goes to all the payments, or all the monies received from the auction.
Yes.
Now, if you have evidence again, please don't hesitate to bring them further.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Suso, you have the, are you familiar with the Procurement Act?
Yes.
Do you have a copy of the Procurement Act?
No.
I will read to you Section 86, page 94, regarding the way and manner in which you have to go about disposing assets. Do you follow?
Okay.
It says that the head of the procuring organization shall convey a board of survey comprising representatives of departments with unserviceable, obsolete, or surplus stores, plant, and equipment, which shall report on the items and, subject to a technical report on them, recommend the best method of disposal. Was that done?
Yes, that was the report.
Was there a board of surveys that was formed?
Yes, the procurement unit will be in position to produce those information.
No, I'm just asking you.
Yes, that was the report. I was aware that was the report.
From?
From the Oxina.
From the?
The Oxina.
Not the Oxina. There has to be an evaluation report.
Yes.
There has to be a survey to tell you exactly the conditions of these goods or these assets.
There was a survey done.
Who conducted the survey?
I cannot remember. I cannot recall. But I can.
Do you have the survey?
No, I don't have the report.
You don't have the survey?
Yes.
And your report does not contain the survey?
My report, no.
You don't have evidence of the survey's existence?
No.
Please.
My responsibility at that time is to collect
when
these
you
funds.
you speak with authority, you give us evidence. You just don't say things because you want to say them. If you know you have evidence, you have to produce them. If not, we can't go by your just things you say. They have to be documented. Do you agree that in this process there must be documentation?
Documents were there, but at this point in time, my responsibility was to collect these proceeds. The revenue just derived from the proceeds. That was my primary responsibility at the time.
You were part of the committee. Now on page 95, the disposal method. What was the method that was decided by the committee?
The method was cash payment.
It was supposed to be public auction.
Yeah, it was a public auction.
Was it advertised?
Yes.
Where?
Yeah, I remember it was advertised on different medias.
Do you have evidence of advertisement?
I don't have it.
You don't have evidence of advertisement?
No, I don't have it. But
have you ever seen the evidence of advertisement?
I saw it and I was aware of it.
Which media outlet?
I cannot recall.
What can you recall?
All I can recall is that it was advertised.
But you don't know even whether it was Observer or any other news outlet?
I cannot recall that, but it was done.
But do you know if you don't have evidence of that, your oral evidence may not be, may not carry any weight?
Yeah, I believe I can engage the procurement unit to get the evidence.
Now, you are saying it was sold by public auction?
Yes.
Do you know whether there was any conflict of interest regarding the buyers, whether they have any interest?
I'm not aware of that.
You're not aware of that?
No.
Did you yourself sign any conflict of interest declaration?
I cannot recall that.
Because it did not happen?
Well, yes. I did not sign anything in respect to that.
The internal auditor gave evidence and said that there was no report by the committee.
Well,
you had asked for the report and it was never presented.
What I understand, a report was prepared.
What was?
There was a report that was prepared.
Good. Now, I will just conclude by saying, Mr. Suso, that you will be encouraged to bring disposal slips if they exist.
What?
Disposal slips if they exist.
Okay.
Regarding these monies, all these monies, and also to produce the report of the committee if it exists. I'm sure you know that if you don't do that, you being the cashier of the committee, you have the burden to establish that the monies that you collect were deposited into the account. Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand. That's why I brought the bank statement.
That's why?
I brought the bank statement.
Oh, Mr. Suso.
And I have witnessed
Mr. Suso.
To this effect.
Mr. Suso.
Yes.
You are educated, are you not?
Yes, but if I tell you that I could not trace the bank statements, and this is a committee, I cannot receive these monies of 1.something million, and the money is with me, and the committee members are all quiet of that, that is automatically impossible.
What is possible, yes, is the entire committee may have conspired to use these monies for your own private gains.
No, I believe
So you had flouted the rules wherever you had worked. You know this. You know this clearly, that you don't follow due process. You and I know this. So the opportunity you have is to produce the documents that will back up the fact that you had deposited these monies into the bank.
I think that the only preference will be the pay slip or the bank statement. And I was able to bring the bank statement. Still, we are not convinced with that.
I don't have to be convinced, Mr. Suso. The commissioners have to be convinced. Do you understand that? Madam Chairperson, any questions before we move on to the other issues?
Mr. Suso, you. There is you benefited from a staff loan of up to $500,000.
Yes, from the period 2018 to 2021, from the credit union.
So please provide us with documentation showing us how much you took at what time and whether these amounts were repaid.
The total amount was not paid. There is a balance of 158,000, not yet paid for.
Sorry?
There is a balance
Yes.
that is not paid
Yes.
because I'm servicing the loan.
Yes.
There's a balance of 158,000.
Yes, we just want to see, because if you request for a loan, there must be a request made
Yes.
to the relevant authorities, right?
Yes.
Do you make requests to the CEO or you make it to the committee?
No, it's the committee. There is a committee. There is a committee responsible for the credit union affairs.
So, which committee is that?
That's the credit union committee.
That's the what?
Credit union committee.
Credit union committee.
Yes, they have their chairperson, treasurer, auditors, cashiers, everything.
All right. So you provide for us, because if you want any loan, I believe you go to that committee and they tell you, write your request, they process the request, approve it, and they give you the sum total.
That's correct.
Yes. So provide us with that so that we will know, because you said the 500,000 is for a period of, from the period of 2018 to when?
2021.
To 2021. So you let us have the evidence so that we know at what point you took these amounts of money. Now there is also this 23 million 381 236.59. That is withdrawals you have made from May 2018 to January 2021.
Yes.
Yes. So what can you tell us about these withdrawals?
Yes, these are transactions that were done by me during the period 2018-29 up to 2021 January.
Yes. This is withdrawals you made?
Yes.
All right. So there is also the withdrawal of 4,620,283.32. These are various payment vouchers.
Yes.
Council, you may proceed.
Yeah. Can I come in?
Yes.
Yeah. The 4.6 million is the total balance against the 23 million. Because if you look at the breakdown, 18,778,000 is deposited in the various accounts. So this 4 million is the amount, 4.6 the amount that is spent on other payments, whether the money is given to accounts clerk to facilitate payments or deposit in the other accounts.
We have not seen any evidence to that effect.
Yeah, I have my breakdown of deposits.
If you have evidence and proof, you provide for us.
Yes. It was part of my my report. I gave it to the investigators. I have my copy, but the original is in the file.
Registrar, can you please bring the document he has? Let me see the document he has.
This is the breakdown, the summary. This was the breakdown. We have trace for now.
Give him back. Council, you may proceed.
Mr. Suso,
Yes.
how are deposits made at the council level?
Yeah. If monies are withdrawn,
If monies are?
if monies are withdrawn from the account
Yes.
by accounts clerks
Yes.
or account staffs,
No, not deposits. Maybe there were payments made to council.
yes. If payments are made to council, normally you must receive payment first before you deposit. So if you are a revenue collector, if you receive payment, you have to deposit into the account.
Yes.
If you are account staff, you are sent to do a particular transaction.
Yes.
You may be authorized to withdraw from a particular account
Yes.
and deposit into other account.
Yes.
If you are a paying cashier, you will be authorized to deposit other accounts and bring the balance of the money at the office for payments.
Yes.
Yes.
So now, if you are a cashier and you are supposed to make deposits, you have received monies. How is it supposed to be done?
A check will be given to the cashier to withdraw, deposit, and make payments.
There are payments made to you.
Yes, I facilitate some
When there are payments made to you in cash, for example, as a cashier, and you have payments made to you probably from the sales of goods or whatsoever form, you have in your disposal $100,000 and you are supposed to take it to the bank.
Yes.
What is the procedure?
Yeah, you go and deposit into the bank. As you have been, or if you are authorized to do to deposit into a particular account, you go and deposit into that account.
Then how do you account? How do you regularize the books of accounts?
Yeah, you bring the pay slip, and then it will be accounted.
It will be accounted.
Yes, it will be shown on the bank statement. So at the end of the day, the finance director and the finance manager will take it from there and do the reconciliation in the bank's.
Did you follow that procedure?
Further proceed in the main cash.
Did you follow that procedure when you are paying monies from the auction?
Yeah, the auction was, the monies were received by me and the money was deposited into the account.
Yes. Did you follow the procedure? Did you come up with the bank deposits and submit them?
Actually, I came with the bank deposits.
And who did you submit it to?
Yeah, normally I submit everything because this particular GTR.
You had already told us the procedure regarding how cashiers will operate.
Yes.
Its same rules apply. It's all revenues of council.
Yes.
I'm talking about the accountability purposes.
Yeah,
now you have deposited monies, $100,000 to the bank. How do you account for it?
At the end of the day, everything will be forwarded to the director of finance.
I am now asking you.
Yes.
You as the cashier then,
Yes.
did you provide deposit slips to the director of finance?
Yes.
Which director of finance?
Alai Jeng.
You gave him deposit slips.
Everything. Everything was given.
Of monies derived from the auction.
Yes.
Monies derived from the auction, which you have taken to the bank, were given to Alaji Jeng.
Yeah, not monies, it's the pay slips and the receipts. Because
Yes, the paying in slips.
and the
deposits.
receipt. Because the receipt belongs to the director of finance.
Yes.
It's treasurer's GTR. So at the end of the day, I have to reconcile with him.
Did you reconcile with the director of finance?
Yes, of course.
Take your time. The director of finance will come and testify the same way you sat here with Canton Kante.
Okay.
It's a public trial.
Okay.
So be very careful what you say.
I'm very much careful, and I know what I'm saying also.
Now, when you collected the monies from the sales of the auction,
Yes.
did you reconcile that with the director of finance?
Yes.
And the name of the director of finance?
Mr. Alaji Jeng.
Alaji?
Jeng.
How much did you reconcile with him?
The whole amount, 1,147,100.
And how many deposit slips did you give him?
I cannot remember the number of deposit slips, actually.
Now, if we call Jeng, he can testify that all these monies were reconciled with him.
Yes, he will testify.
He will testify in that effect.
He will confirm that.
Good. Now, Mr. Suso,
Yes.
you made several withdrawals from the accounts of council.
Yes.
And going by your statement and your reconciliation with the investigators, the amount was more than $223 million. But in actual fact, from 2018, your withdrawals were more than $30 million.
Withdrawals?
Yes, from the accounts of council, the bank accounts.
Well, I did not do the calculation. It's 23 million. I can confirm that. I confirmed that one with the investigators.
Yes.
But I did not go through the bank statement to calculate the total number of withdrawal I did. I did not do that.
Yeah, but I know. That's why I said to you, I gave you these two versions.
Okay.
The first version is what is in your statement. It's $23 million plus.
Okay.
Do you confirm that?
Yeah, that one.
But I'm just telling you, the total withdrawal will be more than that.
Well, I don't confirm that.
Yes, but we'll come to that.
Okay.
But just going by the 23 million.
Okay.
What would be the reason as to why you will be withdrawing monies from the bank account?
Yes, I will be authorized by the Director of Finance and the CEO to go and do particular transactions in the bank accounts. In the bank's accounts, whether I will withdraw money, deposit into the account, or withdraw money and then later it will be given to the accounts clerk to facilitate salaries and other payments. This happens when the accounts clerks are busy or I'm in better position to go to the bank and get this.
What kind of payments will this be?
Salaries, because sometimes at the end of the month, if a particular account is having enough money, that money will be withdrawn. Then later the accounts clerks will go and deposit in the various accounts for council staff to have their salary.
How do they give you this authorization?
They give me checks.
They give you checks?
Yeah.
And which they will both sign, the CEO and the Director of Finance at the time?
Yes.
And when you withdraw this money, you come and pay to the accounts clerk, you said?
No, sometimes I'll be given the directives to deposit into other accounts.
To deposit to other accounts?
Exactly.
By the finance director and the CEO?
Yes.
Would this be a verbal directive or will it be?
No, it's verbal. There was no point in time I'm giving a written document, a formal.
Now, go back to your role as the finance manager on page 12. Normally, if you are to withdraw money from the account, what will be the procedure? Mr. Suso?
Yes?
If you are to withdraw monies from the account, what will be the procedure, the normal procedure? If anyone is to withdraw monies from the account, if payments are supposed to be made?
No, these are cash withdrawal.
I know.
Yes, you will give me a check to go and withdraw, and then you will you will authorize what to do.
Is that in line with the financial manual?
Yes, I believe so.
How?
Because this is cash withdrawal.
Go to the finance manual. Please, let the witness be given the financial manual, please.
Page?
Page 12, the finance manager. Where did it say in your capacity as a finance manager, you should be given checks to be making vast withdrawals?
Yes.
Where?
Yes, I'm there.
Yes, I'm just trying to show you, or then for you to show us where on page 12, did it say that part of your responsibility is to be withdrawing monies from the account?
Yes. It is not specified here.
Yes.
But if you look at my responsibility,
your responsibilities?
Yeah, my responsibilities is to safeguard council interest in all financial transactions. Right? And then if you go to G,
yes,
it says any other duties assigned from time to time.
From time to time?
Yes, so meaningly, I can be given assignments in respect of any financial transaction of the council.
Will there be any payment voucher that will be raised? Or they will just sign checks?
Normally, a payment voucher, it's not a payment, it's a withdrawal. So
there's no provision for withdrawal.
Yeah, so
that's my point. There is no provision here just for mere withdrawal. There has to be a withdrawal for a reason. Is that not the case?
Yes.
If you are withdrawing for XYZ, you are withdrawing for payment, it has to be very explicit. Because if you are paying a contractor, should it be in your name?
No. The beneficiary is the contractor, but here I am not the beneficiary.
So where do you fall in the financial manual?
Where I fall is the responsibility of finance manager.
Says?
Yes, I should be given. I can be given duties, assignments from time to time to do council financial transactions.
Does the financial manual explain clearly the mode of preparing or expenditure or payment?
Well, I don't think there is anywhere it is clearly indicated that the finance manager should do the financial transaction, withdrawal and depositing. I'm not sure.
Now, does the financial manual address the issue of expenditure?
Yes. As part of my responsibility,
Yes.
any financial transactions relating to revenue collection and expenditure.
Go to page 19.
Okay.
Have you seen the rule regarding council's expenditures? It says the authority to incur expenditure is vested in council through budget approval. The finance director shall not make any payment nor accept any charge in his account unless authorized by the CEO and in accordance with the monetary threshold approved by council. As regards the monetary threshold, it should be noted that up to a given amount, the CEO can approve and incur expenditure without reference to chairman or mayor. Now, 306, you have the monetary threshold. 307, the vote of account. Are you following?
Yes.
And 308, environment. Do you follow?
Yes.
So for every expenditure, it has to be budgeted for one, and you have to know why payments are made or monies are withdrawn. The reason why monies are withdrawn, whether it's to pay a particular employee or a contractor or for whatsoever kind of payment. So where does it fall? Your responsibility to be withdrawing more than $23 million. Where does it fall in the financial manual?
Like you said, any withdrawal should be budgeted. And any withdrawal that's supposed to be done must be budgeted.
Yes.
And all the withdrawals are for different transactions, including salaries, deposit into other accounts for other expenditures. So these withdrawals are transactions within the operation of the council. Financial issues. So it doesn't mean that I'm the beneficiary of the amount that has been withdrawn. I am just doing the financial operations, financial transaction of the council.
No, but that's my point.
Yes.
You are not the cashier of council.
But I can be assigned from time to time.
No, you are not the cashier of council. Do you pay salaries?
In the absence of the cashier, I do.
You used to pay salaries?
Yeah, I could remember one or twice I pay salaries, yes.
Is it part of your role to pay salaries?
In the absence of the accounts officers, if there is a need, I can step down. It's part of the job.
I'm not saying what obtained on the ground.
Yeah.
I am saying whether your TOR says that you can be paying salaries.
It's all part of financial transactions.
It's not part of it.
It's all part of financial transactions. Yes.
On page 29.
Yes.
You have the classification of payments.
Yes.
Do you see that?
Yes.
Now you said some of these withdrawals are for salaries.
Yes.
How are salaries paid?
Yes.
How are salaries paid?
At the end of every month.
How are they paid? How are they prepared?
We do prepare our salary vouchers.
Yes.
At the end of the month.
Yes.
Latest 26. That will show all the remittance of all the beneficiary staffs.
Yes.
Then from there, those are the banks. The vouchers will be taken to the bank.
Yes.
And then those on the pay table will be paid at the office.
But there will be vouchers?
Of course, they have vouchers.
Now, when you withdrew $1,500,000 from EcoBank on the 30th of May 2018, what was that for? Do you know?
Well, at this juncture, I don't think I can recall the purpose of the withdrawal of 1.5 million.
You cannot recall any of the withdrawals?
Like what we are telling 1.5
by your statement. You had time. This statement was obtained from you, and the date was on the 14th of March.
Yes.
But I cannot remember. You want to tell us that you didn't check. You have your statement. A copy was given to you.
No. This copy was not given to me. The withdrawal copy was not given to me.
But you addressed the issue of the withdrawals in your statement.
Yes, but I did not have the breakdowns.
Now we will give you the breakdown, Mr. Suso.
Yes.
And you will have to provide evidence regarding as to why these monies were withdrawn.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Okay.
Yes, Honorable Chairperson.
Sorry?
We will apply that the witness be given. We will give him the breakdown of the withdrawals of these monies for him to provide us with the necessary documentation as to why the monies were withdrawn from the accounts of council.
So, you have the document with you there? You have the document?
Yes, yes, we have it.
Mr. Suso, before council is ready,
Yes.
Do you sign on the cash book of the collectors?
No.
You don't?
No.
Can you please give him a white sheet of paper, registrar, please append your signature on that paper and let us have it. So you don't sign any of the cash books?
I cannot recall. No.
You cannot recall?
No.
But there is a possibility.
What?
I said I am asking you whether you do not sign on any of the cash books of the collectors during the time that you were there, from 2018 to 2021.
No, I cannot recall that.
You cannot recall?
Yes, unless if I see, then I can able to recall.
Okay. Now, Mr. Suso, if the principal cashier signs off in the cash book, do you have any role in looking at the cash book after that? Do you cross-check whether what he has done as the cashier, do you reconfirm what the transactions and the receipts, whether they are in order? Do you do that?
No, no.
As the finance manager one?
I was not doing that, but we have a very good internal control system where the collectors will pass through the internal auditor to their line managers to the cashier.
Please use the microphone.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, can you repeat that?
Normally, these cash books will pass through the internal audit department.
Yes.
To the line managers, because each of the units, they have their line managers.
Yes.
And then from that, it goes to the cashier.
Yes.
So meaning there are steps that they normally follow, which we believe is enough for scrutiny.
So what, you don't have anything to do with their
I
cash
only
book?
deal with the principal cashier's cash book.
You only deal with the principal cashier?
Yes.
And you issue him receipts confirming that his transactions are okay?
Exactly.
All right. So it is GTR receipts that you issue to the principal cashier?
Yes.
As finance manager one?
Yes.
To confirm these transactions?
Yes.
Council, you may proceed.
Yes, just to conclude for today, Mr. Have you been given the copy?
Yes, I saw one copy of.
That is the 23 million that you had gone through with the investigators, which you spoke about.
Okay.
Now, for every payment, for every money that you withdraw, there must be payment vouchers to that effect. Is that not the case? Should that not be the case?
No, if there could be a withdrawal and deposit in the other banks.
No, wait a minute. I am strictly going by the dictates of the financial manual.
Yes.
And I had asked you to guide the commission. Is there any provision wherein you can withdraw monies just by being given check by the finance director and the CEO without any payment voucher?
I was in this situation.
No, forget the situation.
No.
Does the financial manual accept a procedure wherein a check can just be drawn in your name by the finance director and the CEO to go and withdraw $2 million?
For financial transactions of council?
Yes.
Yes.
Where in the manual?
Well, these are cash withdrawals.
But there has to be a provision which will accommodate that.
Well, I did not see that provision here.
There has to be a provision that will accommodate the fact that monies of council in the account can just be withdrawn anyhow by the management without following without following due process, unless and until you see it in the financial manual or any other document. You can tell us. You are here.
I did not see it in the financial manual, actually.
In short, in what authority do you think you guys had, the CEO, the finance director, and you yourself as the finance manager, to just withdraw huge sums of money without following any procedure? What procedure were you relying on? You want to understand that?
Well, it is not captured in the financial manual.
It's not there.
Yes, but any money that is withdrawn is for a purpose.
I understand that.
And then withdrawing money of 1.5 million.
Yes.
Sometimes I'll be authorized to withdraw.
Yes.
Or any other accounts officer withdraw 1 million and deposit in the other accounts.
No, listen. There's nothing like withdrawing from one account and depositing into another account. And that is what you use to perpetuate your fraudulent activity, Mr. Suso. All of you people in the area council.
Why how?
Because you don't follow the rules, the regulation. Now, you will agree with me that there are expenditure, there are ways of spending council's funds. Is that not the case? If you're supposed to make payments, there are rules and regulations governing that.
Yes. For cash withdrawal, honestly, I have never come across any procedure to say, like, this is 30th of May 2018, which I'm very sure this is during the salary period. Withdraw
if you have to have a petty cash system, there is a procedure for it.
Yes, I understand that.
Is that not the case?
That is right.
If you have to have an interest, there is a provision for it.
Yes.
If you have to pay salaries, there must be the necessary vouchers raised for
Yes,
that.
those vouchers are available.
If you have to pay a contractor, the necessary vouchers must be raised.
Yes.
No, now, that's why I am really surprised that you will have the absolute discretion at council level just to sign checks, a mere check, and make withdrawals of $1.5 million. What procedure can you guide the commission that you were following? Which law? Which procedure?
The procedure that we are following is that any withdrawal, there must be vouchers. Okay.
There must be vouchers.
There must be vouchers.
So you must have vouchers for all these withdrawals.
Yeah, but some of the monies are withdrawn and deposited.
No, you must have vouchers for all these withdrawals.
Yes, there must be vouchers for other transactions, but you also see other transactions that will be represented by deposit into.
How do you account for these monies?
They are against vouchers.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point.
It's either vouchers or deposit slips.
Forget the deposit slips.
No, they are.
The deposit slips does not say that these monies that you have received, you have withdrawn from one bank. It doesn't say that.
Yeah.
That's why I said it's the perfect way of stealing public funds.
For me, I don't know if that is the perfect way, but what I know and
Yes.
what I was doing,
Yes.
understand, is that they will give me a check to withdraw and
Page
deposit.
35 of the manual. It says, paragraph C, that for all expenditure, appropriate payment voucher must be completed by the finance staff. It must be. Is there any discretion to that effect? Do you have a discretion to not complete the payment vouchers?
If you are now referring to payment,
Yes.
any payment, there must be a voucher prepared.
Yes.
Okay? But if I account staff, you are asked to withdraw, I don't think there is any need for a payment voucher to be raised.
You don't have a provision which says you can just withdraw monies into the account without the necessary documentation. That is my point.
But now, where does it show that, for example, you want to withdraw and deposit in other account, to liquidate other account? What procedure should you do? That it is not mentioned in the manual here.
Mr. Suso,
Yes.
if you are to transfer $2 million from one bank to the other, what is the most efficient way to do that?
RTGS.
Where would you do it? Where would you go physically to the bank, withdraw money and deposit to another bank?
Yes.
Where will you do that?
Yeah.
Where will you not do RTGS?
That is the best practice.
So why will you not do that then?
Yeah, but again, this also is
No. Why? What will stop you from doing?
No, nothing is stopping us from doing it. But
So why must you go physically into the bank and withdraw money and deposit it?
But it is not also bad to withdraw and deposit.
No,
It's all
fraud.
part of financial
My
transaction.
friend, it's fraudulent activity. It's as simple as that. if I want to be nice to you, I will not use these words, but it's fraudulent activity, Mr. Suso.
May I disagree with you in that? Because
why did you not use RTGS?
The CEO and the Director of Finance cannot.
Why will you not use RTGS? Oh, you're all in it, my friend. You're all in it.
I disagree.
That's okay.
Yes.
You can disagree, but why will you not use RTGS? Tell me.
Yes, yeah, it's the best practice.
No. Tell me what must have stopped you from using RTGS. If you are to withdraw and deposit into another bank, why would you not tell them that let them just do RTGS?
Sometimes the interesting part of it is that if you have an overdraft from the bank, you want to make RTGS, it's difficult. That is one challenge that we normally have.
Mr. So you don't have an explanation.
No, let me come.
You see,
maybe you're not an accountsman, but
I don't have to be an accountsman. All you have to do is follow the law.
Yes.
I don't have to be an accountsman. All you have to do is follow the dictates of the law. It's as simple as that.
But the law is not saying you cannot withdraw and deposit.
No, the law is not even saying you have to go and withdraw and deposit.
I don't see anywhere that don't withdraw and deposit in the other account.
But you have seen on page 35, which says for every payment there has to be the appropriate documentation.
The documents are there.
Now, for the list we have given you for $23 million, we need you. You have asked for time, haven't you?
Yes.
We need you to provide the necessary documentation to show the commissioners where that money has been expended. Can you do that?
That will be difficult.
That's my point.
Because remember, some of the monies are withdrawal and deposit. Sometimes I will withdraw money on behalf of the account.
That cannot be difficult if you go by your responsibilities as a finance manager. Do you understand? It cannot be difficult. It says on page 12 that you should have custody of all bank statements and continuous checks on all lodgements into the council's bank account. B, postings and balancing the daily, monthly abstract books, posting and balancing the general ledger, preparation of the monthly summary of receipts and payments, draft of financial accounts. So all these are your responsibility. If you made it your responsibility to withdraw money from the account, then you should account for it.
Yes, all these monies are accounted for.
Can you account for it?
Yeah, if you look at the income and expenditure.
Can you account for it?
Yes, the money can be accounted for.
No, Mr. Suso, Mr. Suso, can you account for the $23 million?
Yes.
How long do you need?
Well, I have to get the report, okay, let's say next week, because I have to consult the Director of Finance.
Whatever you do, the law has said you must follow due process. Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that?
Yes.
If you had followed due process, we want evidence regarding where these monies have been spent. $23 million. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, it's a big job, but
is it a fair statement to request evidence of where these monies have been
it's a fair statement, but it will be very difficult because some of these transactions were done and later they are facilitated by the accounts clerks. Because I withdraw money, deposit in the other account.
In your name. You withdraw money in your name.
Yes.
Account for it. It's as simple as that. Account for it.
Yeah, but remember,
is it doable?
Yeah, it's doable, but there are certain steps that you need to follow.
How long do you need? I will plead on your behalf to the commissioners to allow you that time. How long do you need, Mr. Suso, to account for the $23 million?
Yeah, let's say 1 week, because I have to see the Director of Finance so that we go through
whatever you do, if you had done your job, if you had kept the necessary books of accounts, even if you had allowed yourself to be given checks in your name, there will be documentation regarding where the money has gone to. Is that not the case?
You know, one thing.
No, is that not the case?
Yes.
Do you agree with that?
The vouchers will represent the withdrawals, and the deposits also will represent the withdrawals.
The vouchers will represent
the withdrawals and the deposits.
The vouchers will represent the withdrawals.
And the deposits.
And
then, like I said earlier, I will withdraw money, and then the accounts clerks will facilitate the payments.
Can you account for it? You must account for it.
Yes, those mean that I have to get all the payment vouchers and add them
together. Mr. Suso, you don't make it complicated.
No,
I ask you a simple question. Can you account for the money?
It's something very complicated, because if you should ask me to get all these withdrawals and their vouchers, that is I can say it will be very difficult.
Mr. Suso,
yes.
You as the finance manager, and you as the individual who had withdrawn that amount of money, $23 million plus, yes. Even though the amount is more than that, we will come to that tomorrow by the grace of God.
Okay.
I am saying, do you have a responsibility as a finance manager or as someone who had withdrawn monies to make sure that there is proper accounting of where the money is being spent? Have been spent? Yes. Do you have the responsibility as per the law?
I have a responsibility, but it's a teamwork.
No. You see, Anyone you choose to implicate or mention,
No,
you are free to do that.
No, I'm not implicating anyone. It's a teamwork. Like I said earlier, I will withdraw money and then the accounts clerk will facilitate the payment.
Mr.
And I will withdraw money and deposit into other accounts. So
Mr. Suso,
I have to make sure I reconcile everything.
If you withdraw $2 million and you give it to the accounts clerk, will you just give him the money like that without any documentation?
If I'm asked to go and withdraw $2 million,
yes.
If I come back, I report to the director of finance.
How do you report?
I show him the money.
And then?
And if I'm asked to deposit in the other account, I will show him the pay slips.
Good.
From there,
which means there will still be evidence. The pay slip is there.
Yeah, the pay slip or the deposit in the bank account.
Perfect. And if you are asked to make payment?
Then the vouchers have to be represented.
Perfect.
But the difficult thing is,
okay,
these are cash payment, they are not check payment.
Yes.
Cash payment, if it was a check payment, a check must be attached. But this is cash payment, meaning you have to get all those vouchers and add them, which will be very difficult to identify.
Because the law does not say that you have the right to do what you did. Do you get my point now? Or do you disagree? That there is no provision which supports your actions in Brikama Area Council withdrawing millions of dollars of public funds. Do you agree with that?
The money must be withdrawn.
Do you agree that the law does not give you that authority? The practice at the time was not supported by the financial manual. Do you agree with that?
Well,
no, it's not all right. You either have to agree or disagree. If you disagree, you must show us.
For me, I disagree because I did not see anywhere that money should not be withdrawn and deposit or money should not be withdrawn to facilitate payments.
Now, have you seen anywhere that has said that you can withdraw monies to facilitate payments?
If I'm part of the finance department, I can be assigned to do all
to withdraw money.
Yes, to do financial transactions.
Once you do that, do you also have the responsibility to account for it?
They are all accounted for.
No, I'm asking you. Just answer the question.
Yes.
Do you have the responsibility to account for it?
Yes, I'm part of the team. Yes, I have responsibility.
Can you account for it?
The vouchers are there.
Can you account for the money?
Yes, it will take time and it will be very difficult, but it can be accounted for.
Listen, can you account for it, yes or no?
Yes.
Mr. Suso, Council, Mr. Suso has told you that he needs 1 week.
Yes.
To provide for you evidence of the 23 million.
Yes.
I think that should be sufficient for now.
He is backtracking on that, that's why.
Do
you still maintain the 1 week, Mr. Suso?
And one of the evidence is the deposits.
Do you still maintain the 1 week? So we move on.
Yes, for now I think I maintain the 1 week because I have to communicate to the director and we have to go to the office.
Then I will apply, Honorable Chairperson, that the witness be given 1 week to provide evidence of where this how much is the amount, the total?
It's 23 million, out of which I have a total deposit of 18 million. The evidence is here with me.
Please, just give us the total.
How much is the amount of the withdrawals?
Not minus or addition. Give us the 23 million. The 23 million, give us the full sum total. State it so that we have it in your evidence.
Okay.
It's how 23 million what?
No, already it's 23 million. 381,000.
23,281,000.
Yes.
23,331,236.53.
Yes.
This is what evidence you are supposed to. You should provide us with the evidence.
I already have the 18 million.
No, when you come back.
Okay.
You show us. We want the totality of the 23 million, not half or quarter.
Okay.
Then we will ask.
And it's not what you have earlier sent to me, because that is not showing me anything. It's not telling me anything. Those documents you have. Okay. When this is cash withdrawal, and the cash withdrawal, if you say salaries, because if you say you withdrew this money for the expense of council's activity, these are transactions. If it is salary, we have seen in your bank records, when you pay for salary, you understand, it is indicative in the narrative that this money is for salaries. So if it is for salaries, you provide us proof that this was for salaries, okay, because the vouchers will show, because this is cash that you have already withdrawn and is in your hands. If it is salary, the vouchers will show that you prepared a voucher to pay salaries amounting to this much. If it is contracts or services you pay for, we need the documents to show. That is what. It's not you summarizing this thing and telling us that this is your evidence for the 18 million. We are not taking that. And let me just remind you, you were there in 2019, and your income based on your financial statement for the year ended 31st December 2019, the income that Brikama Area Council received for 2018 was 70 million 17,038 what is this? And 38. Let me take it again. For 2018, the income that Brikama Area Council said it received was 70 million 17,038. In 2019, the revenue you collected was 78 million 508,356.98. And these were for rates and taxes, trade license, rent and fees, government rates, other income, and interest. Is that correct?
Yes.
That is what you received in 2019.
Okay.
That is what you presented as your income for 2019, right? We will go step by step on this so that when the Director of Finance, sorry, I did not put my mic on. What I said was that the amount I read for I just want you to be mindful based on the reconciliation you are trying to do.
Okay.
I'm highlighting this to show you because it was in the morning, it was your evidence that 60 million that we were talking about, that is nowhere to be found. You said the entire budget of the Brikama Area Council was 60 million. So that 60 million cannot just go like that. So I am just reflecting and pointing out to you that this is the income that you said you received. Instead of it being 60 million, you have said that your estimated income was 60 million. That is what you budgeted for to receive in 2019, which is different from what is on record that you have received.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So I just want you to be mindful of these figures when you are doing your reconciliation.
Okay.
Yes, Council.
I believe we can.
Now, let me just ask, now the subheads, they have numbers.
Yes.
So is it possible in one receipt you could include more than one subhead and issue that particular receipt?
To a collector, yes.
To a collector. Now, what is these subheads, these heads, are they not revenue lines?
Yes.
These revenue lines, are they not having their own receipts?
No.
They are not.
These are just identification numbers for revenue lines.
I don't agree. You mean to tell me you can use flat rate receipts for trade license?
No, it doesn't work like that.
Okay.
You know, the receipt, if you look at the collector's cash book,
Yes.
you will see the name,
Yes.
the total amount, let's say 100,000,
Yes.
and then below you will see breakdown of revenue heads.
Yes.
So in their cash book,
Yes.
they will also input the transactions depending on the revenue heads, because as a rate and tax collector, you collect flat tax 100,000, fire insurance and other revenue lines. So normally those revenue lines will be captured in the financial statement. That's what we are reading to show you these are the revenue lines collected from various revenues. Because if you don't do that, at the end of the day, you cannot establish how much is collected on flat tax, how much is collected on value properties.
Exactly. That is why I'm asking you of these heads and these subheads.
Yes.
I can understand where a receipt has a head and a subhead, because with the head you will have a reference, and the subhead you will have a different reference, so that you exactly know under which revenue line, you understand, you are issuing this receipt. Is that not the case?
No, it's only land transfer where you have on top of the receipt land transfer. Okay, for rate and tax, you have different revenue heads.
Yes.
So, but when they go to the
Are
cashier,
they captured on the receipt itself?
yes, they have to be captured on the receipt.
Is it handwritten or printed?
No, they have to be handwritten on the receipt.
Is it supposed to be handwritten or is to be printed?
It should be on. It should be handwritten.
It should be handwritten.
Yeah,
A
because
receipt.
the receipt is handwritten. The receipt that the cashier
No, what I
provides.
mean is the head, the head of the particular.
Yes.
Is it handwritten? Is it supposed to be handwritten or printed on the receipt?
It has to be handwritten. It cannot be printed.
It cannot be
It
printed.
cannot be printed. No,
Why is that the case?
because the revenue collector will bring his cash book showing all the revenue lines
Yes.
and the total amount, the revenue lines and the accumulative total. Then the cashier will pick it from there, receive the total amount, accumulative total, and put the
Now
breakdown.
let me give you exhibit LGC/MJ/BKSC/002 and let me know. Tell me in this cash book the entry, what you are telling me, whether it's contained in this entry book. What is the first line? Is it the date?
Yeah, the first one
This,
is the date.
the second line is what?
The second line, there's only one head here that was collected.
Now just tell me from the cash book, what is the second line?
The first line is received from Mustafa Juf.
No, what I mean is the columns. Tell me, what are the columns?
331. 331-32-331. Value property.
So what is that revenue head?
The revenue head is 331.
Yes, that revenue head, what does it signify?
Value property.
Value property.
Yes.
So can you have that, you understand, put in for flat rates? Can you use that
No,
reference
no.
for flat rates?
No, the head cannot be used for flat rates. No. This particular head is specifically for value property.
So you cannot use this 331 for flat rates?
No.
You cannot use this 331 for
No, you cannot do that because if not, at the end of the day, the financial statement will not show the actual figures that have been collected for various clients. It will be underestimated.
So, but then why is it that you allow the collectors to be doing what they want by making misapplications on this?
No. If there is any misappropriation, meaning there is a gap both from the internal auditor, land managers, and the cashier, because all of them have to go through this book to ensure that whatever is posted here is correct. The head.
So you agree that these cash books, the entries are not correct?
No, for these entries that I'm seeing here, I see no problem with these ones.
But
Because
then the reason why I'm asking you question is because I see this discrepancy in this particular entry book.
okay.
And if you look at the receipts, there are different types of receipts that are attached to this, which is issued by Mr. Kante. And when he was asked, he said the GTRs were finished. That is why he was using the land transfer receipts. And there are some other receipts in this cash book that are Tipexed with black marker. Is that correct?
No, those things are not correct. If Tipextin,
So that is why I'm telling you, the entire receipts and the entries there are fraudulent. Because you can see from this beginning of that cash book to the end, you see different sets of receipts. You see some other receipts that are just general receipts. They have to indicate value property. The receipt is not indicative of anything. Is that not the case?
The ones I'm seeing
No,
here,
is that not the case? Is that not the case that you have different sort and types of receipts in that cash book? And the alterations on the receipts? Did you see those carbon copied receipts? Is that what is supposed to be there?
No, this is not a carbon copy. I don't know why it is in this way, but it's the original receipt. You can see the back.
Are these original?
Yes, these are original, because you can see it is in red on top here. And then if you look at the back, it's white.
Mr.
These are original receipts.
These are GTR receipts?
Yes, these are GTR receipts from the...
So from the printing department, these are the sort of receipts that they give you?
Yes.
We'll prove that.
Yes. For this one that I saw here, these ones are okay. I see no problem with these ones.
It is not correct, Mr. Suso, because those GTRs, there are GTRs that are, the original top document is white. If you look at this blue type receipts, you look at it properly. You could see that these ones are carbonated. They have writings on it. You could even see the names, the numbers, and amounts different from what is handwritten on it. Is that not the case? These are carbonated receipts. And you are sitting down here and telling me something different?
These receipts are original receipts.
But look at the receipts. Are they not? Can't you see other writings on those receipts?
You know,
if you don't, let me give you an example. Please bring. Now, show him this. Is this not 0443638? Is this not Keren, Keren, on this receipt? Give him this number and this number. And also, if he still says he doesn't see it, ask him to see this, Jarai, Jarria, on this receipt. Apart from the blue handwritten, information.
These writings that are coming.
No, hold on. This Jara.
Yes, Jara, I don't see that.
You see the numbers 0, 4, 3, 6, 3, 8. See, these is from KER. So these are different from these ones. That is what it is talking about.
Did you see Jarai there?
Yes.
Did you see the number there?
I can see some reflections in the...
Exactly.
Yes. But
Is this how it is supposed to be if it is an original one?
no, these things should not appear.
Exactly.
Because, okay, the receipt...
Thank you so much, Mr. Suso. We will see tomorrow.
Okay.
We may rise. Take the exhibit now. Look.
Yeah, that one also is yours. Wait, this one. No, this one.